So I have a Polish friend who's a sound guy. Yeah, and I have a check 1 2. A check 1 2, 1 2, 1 2. It's all right. I'm still a sound guy, so I have to. Well, hey everybody, thanks for coming back to the channel to see what it is we can learn together as I start up my business. I've listened to countless podcasts about the best practices when it comes to being a business owner. Thought it'd be interesting to document the progress of learning from those and see how it applies to my own journey in real time. So these videos that I'm about to show you started back in September 2023, and it's currently January 2024. So we have a little catching up to do. With working 7 days a week at this time in September and having a family of 4 young kids, I found the best time to talk through some of it was in the car. About the only alone time I ever get these days. So that being said, I'm well aware the audio quality is just absolutely disgusting. But it is what it is for now. So they do get better as we go, but I just wanted to capture the raw thoughts at the very beginning of the journey. So let's get to it. I don't know if these videos will ever see the light of day to anybody, but I thought I'd give this thing a shot. So I've had this idea to start a business. I like my current job. It's a really, really great job to have as an audio engineer. But it means that if I want to play anywhere, I need to take time off of work, which is essentially kind of like taking time away from my family in order to be able to play music. Which my thought was, well, maybe I'll get a regular 9-to-5 job. Maybe it makes a little more money and lets me have the weekends off. And then I started looking at things that I was kind of interested in, maybe somewhat skilled in already, and it wasn't able to pay any more than what my current job does. And then I thought, well, like, we're already on like government assistance, like health insurance and stuff like that. My wife is a domestic engineer. She stays home with the kids and does homeschool with them. It's very important to us. So that means that we're a single income family, which means that with 4 kids, a household of 6, our income bracket could be much higher before we don't qualify for certain assistance. And I've always thought, I wonder what it'd be like to run my own business. One of the big things is the earning potential is unlimited, essentially. I mean, depending on your market, what you decide to do, all kinds of factors, but really, like when you're working a 9-to-5 job, you can only climb the ladder, and your income can only go up so much. I can do whatever I want to do. Nobody's the boss, right? I'm the boss. I get to make my own calls. Really, like the client's the boss. I get that. It's probably on the way. Anyway, I think I want to open my own business, and things I have skills in are music, production, and like building things. So I recently thought, oh, my friend owns a trim carpentry business. He's got several guys working for him, and I think they stay very, very busy doing like really high dollar homes, which sounds really cool and fun. Well, I submitted an application to work for him, and basically he said, well, like, no offense, you'd be the oldest guy in the crew, which is fine, but like, we usually like to hire people. It's a different model. He's doing a different model. He like starts people and then develops them, and then they don't have any sort of preconceived notions as to how they should do the job. So he gets to train them from the ground up. Great. Yeah, he said you'd be the oldest guy, which is fine, but like you don't have any experience, so I have to start you at this lower wage, lower than what my current job is. I was like, cool, thank you for the information, I'll get back to you. Basically, we both decided that's not going to really work out for either one of us very well. So, but I did tell him, like, hey,
I do admire the fact that you have started this business. It seems to be doing very well. Can I at some point pick your brain a little bit about a couple things as far as how you built this, and how it's going in your process? And he just like started giving me all this information right afterwards. He's like, "Well, you ever done 1099 work?" "Yeah, a little bit." "Well, you're gonna have to watch out for this because the government, if you only get income from the one person as a contractor on a 1099, you can get in trouble." And like all of these things, like tax law, and like it ended up being like 15-20 minute like consultation basically. So that was great and super generous, and I was flattered that he like took the time to tell me about all this. We did grow up together, going to the same church, and I went to his birthday parties. He came to my birthday parties. So we're friends. We're like, childhood friends. We hadn't talked for a long time, but I have another friend, one of my best friends, started he was working for a software web development design firm, basically. Left that and started his own company with starting with his first client, his one client that he had, which was a pretty big client. And it's been very, very good for him. And he's hiring people at he's 2 years in and hiring people that make over $100,000 that he's employing. So I'm like, whoa, that's pretty serious. So he's been advising me a little bit here or there, letting me bounce ideas off of him. And I was just at church, and a guy at church that I know I think lost his job somehow at I think it was a medical device company here in town. And again, started his own business and basically offered to advise me on business things. It's like, well, that's really nice of you. So this week I have a lunch appointment with the guy that has the trim carpentry business that I applied at. And then I also have coffee scheduled for this business consultant type at my church. I think that's probably what we're talking about, business consultant, because he seemed really interested in helping people start their own businesses. So he's like, I went through entrepreneurial boot camp for the past 3 years, and he seems to have enjoyed it and wants to pass it on. So I don't know what's going to happen. I've been thinking about the transition between my really safe, secure, full-time position at the church and going into the Wild West of construction industry and contractor work. And, I have some apprehensions. I've heard a lot of people get in trouble with taxes. I've heard a lot of people question, what are you going to do about health insurance for your family? I've heard it goes in seasons. It's times where you have a lot of business, a lot of money, and it's going really well, and times where it's really, really hard, which I would expect, I guess, but I don't know to what extreme that is, of course. But I like the idea of running my own business, being able to make my own call, and having not a cap to what I can make financially. So I guess we're gonna see what happens.